Comfortable with. Just taking a moment to focus on our breathing. We want to try to get into that slower, deeper breathing, purposeful, so that we're allowing the breath to come in and start to fill the body up. So on those inhalations, take it in. Feel the chest rise up. Feel it coming even further. We're going to feel the ribs moving up and out all the way around the body. We want to get that belly involved. Trying to breathe in and out through the nose. Feel tension leaving the body as you're exhaling, right? That's kind of our goal, to let our breath tell the body that, okay, it's okay to kind of relax a little bit more. If you have areas that you hold tension on, tension in, it could be, the neck and shoulders, pretty common. Sometimes it's just the hands, sometimes it's even our face, we don't realize it. We're holding tension in the jaw or just, the eyes, whatever. So just kind of check in with that. Other parts of the body that we don't always associate with tension, but we can still hold tension in there, right? So every breath out, we're just letting us relax a little bit more. Stay focused on that breathing now. Just keep the arms just kind of a little bit away from the body, not too close, not forcing them down yet. And we're gonna do a little bit with the neck. And so I'm just gonna have you, or turn the head, you're gonna turn your head to the right as you exhale and just hold it there. So don't try to shift it so the ear is directly under the center of the body. We're dropping to the right, so the head's a little bit more over to the right. Now we're gonna inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, drop it to the left. So just let it slowly drop, and we just hold it there. And then inhale back up. We're gonna do that one more time. So turn to the right, exhale. Now when you're turning your head to the right, if you are noticing that your left shoulder is kind of maybe coming off the mat a little bit, I want you to gently try to press it back down into the mat. And then inhale, bring the eyes back up. Exhale, go to the left. Same thing. If you as you turn your head, if you notice his shoulder kind of pops up because we're really tight right here, just try to press it back down gently. You don't have to use the other hand, but just kind of try to be aware of that shoulder staying down as the head's turning. And then back up to the middle. All right, bring the arms a little closer, bring the feet onto the mat, knees are bent now. Spread the shoulders apart and also away from the ears, or the opposite would be kind of just lengthening the neck. But we want to open everything up, lengthen everything without any tension, all right? All right, connect with the breath again. Make sure that you're still feeling it come in. You're still feeling the body working with it, expanding, and still feeling that tension leaving on the exhale. All right, next inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, pull the right knee in. And adjust for this exhale. Inhale, bring the arms overhead again, right foot going down. Exhale, bring the left knee in. And inhale, reach up. And exhale, right knee in. And inhale, reach up. And left knee in as you exhale. All right, bring the arms over the head, again, inhale. Exhale, right knee in. We're gonna stay here a little bit. So pull the knee to the chest. Try to keep everything else relaxed. Today, when you're getting into any particular pose or position, if it's something that sometimes we kind of think ahead, like, oh, I know this is hard for me, right? I want you to really focus your breathing today into that thought and that movement. So whatever it could be something as simple as this, that you have some tightness in some part of the hip. Instead of thinking like, oh, I know this is going to be, I really hope I can do it, or whatever little narrative we tell ourselves, right? I want you to try to just take that breath in, and on the exhale, just breathe and feel that part of the body and see if you can get it to relax, all right? Even when we're holding poses, maybe a pose that you don't particularly enjoy a whole lot, try to just let go of that thought of the pose itself and how you do it, and just let your breathing come into your mind and focus on that breathing. Now let's extend that right leg up. Doesn't have to be a straight knee. You can have it soft here, but work the foot first. Flex, point. Make sure you feel the transition of that from flexing to pointing, right? You feel it slowly getting into that point. Maybe move the toes around if you can. All right, after you're feeling the foot warming up, the ankle warming up, we're just going to circle. All right, and go the other way. All right, after that feels pretty good, let's start to move the leg around. Let our hip loosen up a little bit. Again, however you want to do this movement. I'm not going to say that there's any wrong way that you could do it. We got to listen to the body. How does it feel? What's tight on you? Move it around. All right. So we've done the foot and ankle and the hip, and we're just going to extend that leg straight up. Take the hand somewhere along the back of that leg. Pull it gently towards you without, spending too much time here. We're just going to see how it feels. You can grab the toe. If you can make it that far, you can hold the ankle or the calf. And behind the thigh is fine too. All right, now take the right foot to the left knee. Press the right knee out. Keep the left foot on the mat. Press out gently. Notice where the knee goes when you add that hand. Can you press it out there on its own, or do you get a little further with adding a little bit of gentle pressure from that right hand? Now, take the other hand. We've done this one before. We take it across to the outside of the knee, right? Now, we're not going to pull the hip up, but I am going to pull the knee kind of in toward the middle of the body, toward my midline, right? And it just changes what we're feeling up here in the back of the old glutes. We have a lot of different muscle groups back there. It's not just one big round one. It's not just a couple layers. They go all different directions. So, okay, now you're going to let go of that. And now just simply cross your right leg over your left, just like the super relaxed knee cross here. And let the knees go to the right if you can, if that's comfortable. See if you can go, keeping the leg crossed. And you're going to feel it. I feel it more on the outside of the left hip, but I do feel in the right as well. And just a little bit different way of twisting. You can also just uncross and do it if that's a little bit more comfortable for you. All right. And then we're just going to come back up. Let's hug the knees in, roll that back a little bit before we do the left. All right, so feet come down, arms come down. Just take a breath or two here. Kind of settle in, check in with the body. And then arms over the head, inhale. Exhale, now we're going to be pulling that left knee in. We're going to keep that leg in a little bit. And then extend the foot up. And flex and point. Notice if it feels different than the other foot. You have better movement, tighter, whatever. You still want to give each leg, each foot, whatever we're working on, try to give it equal time and try to kind of remember the movements that you did on the first one so you can repeat that on the other one. Okay, after you've moved the foot again, get those toes moving a little bit, and then circle the ankle. All right, a little extension there. And then we're gonna let the knee relax. We're gonna move that hip around. I'm gonna have you keep doing that. I just want to check one more thing. Because why can't I remember to do everything every time? Oh yeah, my volume is pretty low. Hope you could hear me. If not, you can hear me now. All right, so now we're on that left hip, moving it around, loosening it up. Yeah. And then you're gonna take that left foot to the right knee, and we're gonna start with the left hand pressing the knee out. Kind of notice where you go on your own, and then see if pressing a little bit helps. All right, and we'll take the other hand across the outside of the knee, pull toward the midline without letting that left hip lose contact. All right, we're going to keep it on the mat. All right, and then we'll release that. Cross that left knee over the right and let those knees go to the left if you can. See how that feels. All right, and then we'll come back up, uncross, bring those knees in. Let's go ahead and before we come up, let's do a full body stretch. So stretch out the legs and arms. And then once the arms are overhead, you're going to take a deeper breath in and lengthen a little more, reaching from fingers to toes. And exhale. We'll just take a breath resting here. We're going to do that one more time. And whenever you're ready, inhale, lengthen, stretch from through the whole body. Every long muscle is involved here. And then on the exhale, I want you to just turn to the side and push yourself up today. We're going to sit here a little bit and work on a little bit of neck and shoulders. And I'm going to grab a block and elevate my hips. So you can do that if you like, or on a blanket, or sit completely flat. This is a little bit easier for me to sit for a longer period of time. And I want you to just sit your legs, put your legs in the most comfortable position. So whichever cross-legged way you like. You can even extend them if you prefer to not have your legs crossed. But you do want to feel that whether you're on a blanket or just on the mat or even up on a block like I am, that you can feel that the sitting bones, right, those little round bones up in the glutes, that they are equal, they are even and supporting your weight evenly. Now roll those shoulders up and back a couple times. I'm going to have you do a couple of like range of motion exercises that are more to warm up a little bit here before we start stretching. I want you to take your arms in front and I want you to press them back, palm kind of going behind you, and don't let the shoulders come up. Press them down, and you can even go a little bit lower. So I want you to inhale, bring them forward. I want you to exhale, just push them back beyond the chest a little bit, beyond the shoulders if you can. Inhale. Again, these are just to get the blood flowing, get the muscles warmed up before we do some stretching. Sometimes stretching those muscles when they're cold and tight, if they're already bothering you, that's not going to help. So now act like you're grabbing a rope and you're going to pull it to your chest and your elbows are going to go behind you. And we're going to inhale, reach, and exhale, pull back. And when you pull back, think about your shoulder blades squeezing together. All right. Now just kind of keep the elbows bent. I want you to circle them up and back a few times. Get that whole shoulder warming up. And we're just going to go the other way. So point the elbows behind you, bring them up and forward. keep the palms facing down, other arm crossed and open. Do this one a couple times. Again, you can, if any of them don't feel good, you don't have to do them. I'm letting my body move a little bit forward here. Shake it out. Sitting tall, shoulders back. Now, bring your chin down. Exhale. Lift your chin to the middle. Inhale. And exhale, bring the chin down. And inhale, bring it back to the middle. Now, one more option. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, go a little beyond the middle, so you lift the chin and kind of look up to the other side of the whatever room you're in. Not overhead. That is not good for the neck. So exhale down. Inhale middle and maybe up a little bit, but I'm keeping my eyes beyond me, right? Not going over my head. Do that a couple times. All right, take a breath in here. Exhale, turn your head one shoulder. Inhale back to the middle. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale back to the middle. We'll do that a few times. Notice. One thing I'll mention about my little neck device I've been using, I was getting a lot of cracking in my neck when I was turning and doing those little forward head rolls. And again, my chiropractor was saying that those muscles are so tight that they're not moving well. One of them was like snapping over the other one. It was a really awful feeling, not painful, but just weird. And so anyway, that's also improved or gone away since I've been using. I probably had this little neck thing for about 2 weeks. So, okay, so we're gonna do the whole half circle. So we're gonna look to one shoulder, bring the chin down, slowly go to the other shoulder, and then lift it up and just look to the side or beyond that shoulder. And then we'll do it again, drop it down. Almost like you're drawing a little half circle along the top of the chest with your chin. Let's do each one more time on your own. And then back to the middle. All right, sitting up nice and tall. Take the arms up. Inhale. On the exhale, place one hand outside the hip. Other hand reaches up a little bit more. And I'm going to start to stretch over. I'm not going to let the hips lift up. And I can either slide this hand out to go further, or I can keep it close in and kind of get down to the elbow. So this is whatever feels good for you. But we're stretching from the fingertips that are up all the way down to that grounded hip. And inhale, come back up, both arms up. Exhale, go the other way. So the hand goes down, same thing. Reach up before you go over. All right, and come back up. All right, one more thing for the upper back. Remember, it's all connected. So maybe this might help with the neck as well. We're gonna do eagle arms. So I want you to bring one elbow under the other and try to bring the backs of your hands together. Now, if you can contact with those palms, great. If not, you can go here. You can also just turn it to this, hands on opposite shoulders. Now, this is the one I don't do all the time. It feels weird, right? And so what you're gonna try to do is pull the elbows away from you and up. Same thing if you're in those eagle arms, you're gonna lift the arms higher and then the arms move further away from the chest. Now don't lean with it, right? Let the arms go out and really get into those shoulder blades. Notice which arm you have underneath, whichever position you've done. And then we're just gonna open it up, take a deep breath in. Bring the arms back down, exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open, other arm underneath. Maybe this is a harder one for you. Did I do that one? I can't remember. Yeah, okay. So same thing, we want to lift the arms or the elbows a little higher and then move them a little slightly, just a little further from the front of the body. And then open, inhale, bring the arms down. Now one more thing we're going to do is just take one hand down and then you're going to tilt your head away from that. Now I don't want you to use the other hand. We sometimes do that, but I don't want you to do that today. I want you to just work with gravity. So this hand down, actually you can keep both hands down, but make sure the shoulders are back. We're just going to tilt. Wherever you're tilting the head, press that hand a little harder into the mat, a little more tension into that hand, and feel if you can get a little bit of a stretch here on the neck. Again, don't use the other hand to pull it, just let it drop down. Inhale, back up, let's go the other way. So hand goes down, and then just tilt the head away. Now what happens is my hand kind of comes up, so I'm going to try to be careful and just tilt a little bit less and then press a little bit more with that hand. Well, it feels like you're tilting so much and you're like barely tilting the head, right? Notice if you have one side that feels easier than the other. All right, last one we're going to do is interlock the fingers. Inhale, bring your palms to the chest. Exhale, stretch the arms away as far as you can. Option to turn the palms away from you. Now from here, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up. Press the shoulders back down. So there should be a little space between your ears and shoulders. And again, you can press the hands up. We're only going to do this one with our favorite grip. We're not going to do the other grip right now. All right, let those arms come out. Let's uncross the legs. Wow, that was a while. I haven't been able to do that in a while. Stretch your legs all the way out in front. Shake them out a little bit. I'm going to take my block out on this one. We're just going to do a real easy little forward bend here. So again, thinking about our neck and shoulders today, really try to keep everything aligned as we come forward. Bring the arms up, inhale. Exhale, reach forward as the chest goes forward, the head goes forward, but keep your neck long. So don't look forward at me or look forward in front of you. Keep the neck long and look down at those legs. Inhale, lengthen a little more through the back. Exhale, move forward. Just ease into it. All right, slowly come out of it, and we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. So hands and knees, spread those palms out, or spread those fingers out. Palms to the mat. Knees under the hips. Get a nice straight back. Take a breath in and out here. On the exhale, I want you to start to pull the belly in, even though we're not arching yet. Do that again. Inhale, lengthen, belly expand. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale one more time here. Exhale, arching into cat pose. Now we're going to arch up and let the head hang down. I want you to stay here a moment. You're going to inhale and exhale here in cat pose. Let the head just be pulled down. Now inhale to cow pose. Look forward without straining the neck, so don't look directly in front of you. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Again, really focus on not lifting that head so much to look straight in front of you, but keep the neck longer. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Again, I want you to stay here in cat pose with the head hanging. And then stay here as you inhale. And exhale, see if you can arch a little more. Let the head hang a little more. Stay here, inhale. Exhale more into that cat pose if you can. Inhale back to straight back. Exhale to downward dog. Lift those hips up and back. Press out of the hands. Feel the sides of your body getting longer. Pedal the feet a little bit. All right, inhale, make your way into your plank. You might have to walk the hands out a bit. Drop the knees. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower slowly. Modified plank, moving all the way down to the mat. Make sure you've got some room on that mat. Glue your elbows to the sides of the body. Pull the belly in. Inhale, lift to cobra. Lift the heart, lift the forehead. Keep the neck long. Exhale, go back down. I want you to stay here and rest. Again, inhale, cobra. And exhale back down. Inhale, exhale, resting. One more time, inhale, cobra. Now this time as you exhale, use the hands to push up and back into child's pose. Keep the arms extended. Rest your forehead on the mat. Take both hands to the right edge and take that left arm a little further, so you're getting a little bit more stretch through the left side, through those ribs, through the shoulder. All the way back to the middle, and then the other side, same thing. Get the hand and then pull those hips back even more. Try to keep the hand there as you lengthen through the right side. And then back to the middle. All right, come back to hands and knees. Check to make sure everything's in place. Opposite arm and leg lift. So we're going to lift one leg, opposite arm as we inhale, extend from the heel to the fingertips. Lower them together as you exhale. Inhale, other side. Same thing. And exhale, lower. Inhale, reach forward, heel back. Exhale, lower. Make sure the abdominals are working so you're minimizing any of that moving around. All right. We'll do each one more time. All right, again, from here, hands and knees, tuck the toes under, come back to downward dog. A little shorter dog maybe for some of us. Press the heels, pedal the feet a little bit, and then just start to walk the feet forward, moving into a forward bend at the front of our mat. And we're just going to hang here. Notice where you're feeling that stretch. Let gravity just pull the crown of your head down. Let the neck completely stretch and relax. And then we're just going to roll it up, 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 up. Take your time. Once you're up, roll the shoulders back. Really visualize the neck getting as long as possible, like someone is pulling you. Looks like I just grew an inch, right? Pulling you through the crown of the head. Get as tall as you possibly can. Feet are grounded. Let's shift the weight to the heels and balls of the feet a couple times. All right. When you find that mountain pose position, broaden your chest. Drop the shoulders. Bring the arms alongside you. Have some little bit of soft energy there. Take a breath or two. All right, inhale at the top. On the exhale, tuck that chin in. Roll down slowly. If you can't reach the floor or your mat, I want you to have those blocks right there for your support, and then just eventually letting the whole body hang and relax. Hands on the floor or the block. We're going to bend the knees a little deeper, so really drop those hips down. Feel that in the backs of the heels. Hands stay on the blocks. Straighten the knees. Try to keep the body close to the upper thighs. And we'll try that again. Bend the knees a lot. Bring that body weight down. Feel those heels pressing into the mat. Slowly straighten. We'll do that one more time. Now, as you straighten the knees, I want you to take your hands behind the legs if you can, and kind of pull yourself as close in as possible. And then tighten the belly and roll it back up. Again, once you're upright, roll the shoulders back. Feel the crown of your head get a little bit higher up. Feel that neck and whole body get longer. All right, this time arms up. Inhaling, we're going to exhale, bring our palms together, and we're going to roll right back down, keeping that chin tucked. Hands are going to slowly reach for the floor or the blocks again. This time we're going to lift halfway, and I really want you to focus on straightening the body, straightening the back, lifting the heart in front. Try to keep the heels and hips lined up so we don't have our hips way behind us like that. All right, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale all the way back up. You can roll back up. Bring the hands together, hand to the heart. I would recommend rolling down and up today to just keep the less stress on the neck, right? Less like big movement. But if you want to dive forward and back, you can. I'm going to show that next. So think about what's going to be best for you today. Take the arms up. Take that breath in. Exhale. Forward bend. Again, diving, leading with the heart. Doesn't necessarily have to impact that neck. We're going to still let it hang and relax down here. Inhale, lift halfway, straighten the back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rolling up or long back. Hands to the heart. And back to mountain pose. Let's do one more. Arms up. Forward bend. Halfway lift. And forward bend. And inhale back up. And hands back to mountain pose. Step into your warrior one. Left foot back, right foot stays there. Roll the shoulders up and back. Interlace the fingers. Pull the arms long. Lift the heart. Keep the neck nice and long, looking just a little higher than eye level. Separate the arms. Inhale back to warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Once you've got everything in place, turn and look over that right hand. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Now come to your side angle pose. I want you to focus on leaning in with that right arm, turning the chest. Take this left hand and reach behind your lower back, reaching toward the right hip, and I want you to really pull that left shoulder as far back as you can. Gaze can be up or forward. All right, release that arm, straighten back up, come back to warrior two. Now from here, I want you to turn to a lunge. So as you turn, you're going to lift that back heel, facing forward. Now open to the right. Exhale into a twist. Reach that left arm forward. Spiral the upper body to the right. Inhale back to the front. Now come back to warrior one and come into those cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the heart. Reach the arms back up. Step the left foot back next to the right. Bring those arms down. Find your mountain pose. Roll those shoulders up and back. You don't always have to do a whole long warrior series every time, right? I'm going to make my way to the other end. We're going to recreate all of that on the left. So again, feel free to switch places if you need to see or hear, whatever you need. Need a wall maybe. All right, so we're going to start out. Well, let's just go through a little bit of a forward bend vinyasa. So take the arms up, inhale, and dive over, forward bend. And inhale, lift halfway. Long, straight back. Feel a lot of work happening here in the middle. Exhale into your forward bend. Inhale back up. Making our way back to mountain pose. Well, we're we're going to do is step our right foot back, finding our warrior one on the left. Now once you've got those legs in place, bring your hands behind you. I'm going to give you the choice. You can repeat your favorite grip if you just want to stick with that today, or try the opposite one, which always feels a little weird, but good to do sometimes, right? Pull the arms long. Squeeze the shoulders back. Take your gaze and your chest up a little bit. Maybe even bringing the arms further away, right? And inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open to warrior two. So now we're opening to the right side of our mat, lining that front heel, back arch up a little bit. Reverse warrior, left arm up. Back to warrior two. And then side angle pose. Remember, we're going to lean in, really work the chest open to the side, but we're going to take the arm behind us, behind the lower back, reaching over for that opposite hip, and really trying to focus on opening that shoulder. Take your gaze forward, or you can look up a little bit if it's not too much on the neck. And all the way back to warrior two. All right, now turn back to the front, but pull that heel up, come into a high lunge. Make sure you feel the feet are close enough that you're going to be able to go into that twist without losing your balance. So stay tight here. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left, right arm reaching forward. Spiral that upper body around. And inhale, back up. Now, place that right foot down. Find your warrior one. Cactus arms again. Energize that upper body. Squeeze the shoulder. Tilt the chest. And inhale, bring those arms back up. Step the right foot next to the left. And bring those arms back to mountain pose. All right, so let's go ahead and just work on tree pose today. I feel like that's kind of our go-to. I hope it doesn't get boring for you. I feel like it's one that most of us, we can do with minimal equipment, props, and we've always got the use of the wall there. I feel like it's an easy one to track your progress on. So let's just start with that and just choose which foot you want to do today for your balance foot. Turn that other knee out. Foot can stay on or off the mat. We just want to always avoid pushing into the knee joint itself, right? So finding that position, keeping the knee pressing out, and then lengthen through the body again. I got the slippery tights again. Hard to keep that foot up there. Okay, and you can choose if you want to play around with the arms. You can even bring the hands together behind you. Whatever you want to do here. When you come out of it, make sure you come back to mountain pose before you do the other side. Don't immediately switch over, because we rarely line the body up as good as the first one if we just switch right over. So we want to start tall, open, lifted, right? Take that other knee out. Think about where you're going to place that foot. Pull up through the middle, through the crown of the head. Trees can move. Don't be afraid to move a little bit if you have to rebalance. All right, once you've come out of both, now stay there longer. If it's clicking and you're really enjoying that tree pose, you don't have to rush out of it. All right, when you are done, we're going to come back to mountain pose. And we are going to make our way back down. We're gonna do a couple things before we get on our back. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Take your time. This is our last forward bend here. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale into the forward bend and stepping back into that plank again. Hold that plank. Inhale, exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. Exhale back down to the mat and all the way back to child's pose. Bring the arms in and rest. Now we're gonna, when you've had enough rest, I want you to switch around, bring those legs out in front of you. Let's start with the legs straight. All right, press the hands down. We're gonna just lift the chest. We're just gonna work into that chest expansion. So when you press down, I want you to lift your heart, pull your shoulder blades toward each other, and take your gaze up. If that's a bit much on the neck today, you can gaze forward. All right, now that can be your go-to every time. We've got 2 more. We're going to gradually increase the intensity of what we're doing, but it's just an option. All right, the next one would be our tabletop, which is the feet aren't going to be touching. They're going to be about that hip distance apart that we use in mountain pose. Hands are always in the same position though, right? Palms down, fingers pointing this way toward the rest of the body. Now, when you lift up, you're going to press up. Try to get the hips up to the same level. Feel the stretch across the shoulders, the hips. You might even feel it in the front of the ankles a little bit. Gaze is straight up. Now you can lower right away. Take a little rest, maybe circle the hands if they are feeling a little tight, and you can go back up if you like. So try to, when you're doing the hard stuff, you're going to exhale. You might stay there and inhale and exhale a couple times. And then you're going to drop the hips. Stretch those legs out. Circle the hands a little bit. Okay, so this was option 1. Option 2 was tabletop. Option 3, incline plank. All right, so we're going to have the legs together on this one. Hands in the same place. This time, as we lift the hips up, we're going to come to an incline, but it'll be a straight line, and we're going to try to get the toes, the toe pads, is that the right word? To the mat. So we're going to start to point the feet as we lift up. So whenever you're ready, take a breath in first. On the exhale, press, lift the hips, get those toes to the mat, gaze up. Now mine don't quite make it because they want to cramp. So think about that. They may not make it all the way. And then you can drop back down. Take the arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. So for me, I feel like my heart rate goes up a little bit. Those are kind of challenging, right? So then we want to calm the body back down, go into that forward bend for a little bit. And then we'll slowly come back up. Come on down to your back, however you want to get there. Once you make it all the way down, start with the knees into the chest. All right, and then we'll take both feet up and just work them a little bit together or separate or opposite, however you like to do it. If you want to bend and straighten a little bit. Okay, now bring your feet to the mat. We're going to start over just like we did earlier, and then we'll add a few more things into it. All right, so arms alongside you. Take a breath in and out. And then on that next inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. On the exhale, pull the right knee into the chest. We're going to give that leg a moment to kind of relax. Pull it towards you. All right, extend the right leg up. We're going to go into a hamstring stretch. Again, You know, don't force it into anything that's not comfortable, but if you can take the hand somewhere a little below the knee, and then once we've got the right leg up, that left leg's gonna go all the way out. Give the front of the hip a minute to relax so we got both legs nice and long. All right, preparing for a twist with the right leg. So inhale first, bend the knee. Exhale, pull the right knee across to the left. And as you do that, maybe look over toward that right arm if you can. That's too much, keep the eyes up. All right, as we come out of it, right foot to the left knee, thread the needle. This time, if you want to bring the foot off the mat, you can. All right, now bring that left foot down. Cross over like we did earlier. We're going to go both ways, right? So we're going to keep the right leg over the left, drop the knees to the right. Then inhale, bring the knees back up, keep them crossed, drop them to the left. And remember, if the crossover twist isn't good for you, you can do the same twisting or same thing with us, just keep the legs touching each other rather than crossed. And then we'll come back up, uncross the legs, roll it back a little bit. And then we're going to start over again. We do want to bring our feet to the mat. We want to start the same way we just did. Take a breath in and out. And then arms over the head, inhale. Exhale, pull that left knee in. And then extend the left leg up. Let's get in that hamstring stretch on the left. Once that leg's feeling pretty good, stretch the right leg out on the mat. All right, getting ready for that single leg twist. So we're going to inhale here, bending that left knee. On the exhale, pull the knee over to the left, left knee to the right, and then look to the left. All right, coming out of that, left foot goes to the right knee. Thread the needle, option to bring the foot up if you like. And here we go with the crossover. So cross the left knee over the right, go to your left first. And then bring the knees up, keep them crossed as they are, and go over to the right. All right, come back up, uncross the knees, roll the back one last time. Let's go into happy baby. Let's go ahead and take those legs a little wider apart. How are we doing for time? Good. Perfect. Legs wide. However you like here on happy baby. Take the, move the legs, roll the back, whatever you want to do. All right, as we come out of that, we're gonna bend the knees, bring our feet down to the mat, let the legs relax, let them stretch out. Bring those arms overhead. And then as you get here, you're gonna inhale, reaching fingers to toes. Exhale, let it all relax. Take a breath in and out. Inhale again, stretch and hold. And exhale, relax. Let's go ahead and turn the head to one side. Inhale, bring the head back up. Drop the other way. And back up. And one more time, full body stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, relax. This time we're going to bring the arms lower than the shoulders. And we're going to let those legs come apart a little bit. All right? Take a breath in and out. Start focusing more on relaxation at this point. We do want to scan through our body. If we are holding tension, we've got some time to work on it. But if you're ready for that Savasana, you can just take your breathing to that next level. It's very slow and relaxed. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. On those exhalations, try to feel your body actually feeling like it's just getting heavier into the mat every time, every breath out. The rest of the body is just going to stay in that most relaxed position, whatever that is for you. All right. Take a deeper breath in and out. Start some little movements in the fingers and toes. And make the movements a little bigger when you're ready. You guys coming up. I'm going to come over to my camera. Let's stop this one.